To celebrate 10 years of her brand, Victoria Beckham made her London Fashion Week debut, showcasing her Spring-Summer 2019 collection. I went to meet her straight after the show. We're backstage here. It's all happened.
It is hot. It is so hot. But
and how are you feeling now after the show? Relieved?
You know, I feel relieved because you know there's only so many times you can rehearse. We didn't even get the final music mix until an hour and a half. Well, not even an hour before the show. I am relieved. I'm looking forward to the rest of the day, celebrating with my customer. We've got lots of activity going on, and it's just great to feel part of London Fashion Week. I really do feel the support because there's a lot of people that have been on this journey with me. I haven't done this on my own. It's not just my team, it's certain members of the press that have been there right from the start. So, fun.
The first time you've ever been at London Fashion Week, how does it feel?
Do you know, I've been so excited to come back to London and feel part of London Fashion Week. To have my family here, my friends here, you know, there's some family members that have never seen what I do. So for everybody to feel included is exciting. To really bring my customer in as well. I've got customers that have come in from Australia and Mexico, and I really wanted this season to celebrate with my customer as well. So she can come and she can watch the show, she can pre-order from the show. So she's part of the experience of not just the show, but celebrating what is 10 years. I cannot believe it has been 10 years. I can't believe it.
When you look back to 10 years ago, when you first started in 2008, and you were in New York and you were showing, you know, a few of the editors, bits of your collection, and it wasn't a catwalk show or anything. What was it like then? Do you remember? How did you feel? Were you excited? Were you nervous?
Do you know, if anything, I get more nervous. I'm very passionate about what I do. I love what I do. I wake up every day and I pinch myself. I've got the best job in the world. I've learned an enormous amount, and I was probably quite naive at the beginning. Whereas now I know much more about the industry. I've learned so much. I was very aware at the beginning the preconceptions that people would have because of where I came from, but I've always been very focused and very honest. Most importantly, I've got to know my customer more and more over the seasons, so I get a good idea of certainly what my customer wants out of her wardrobe. And when I look back at the last 10 years, you know, we've established very strong codes over the years, whether that's colour palette or masculine versus feminine. And so I've been able to learn from that and pull from that, and that's how I got the collection that I presented today.
Victoria, when you look back at that 10 years, as you say, there were preconceptions at the time. What do you think gave you that courage, that determination to say, okay guys, you know what, yeah, so I've had this career as a pop star, and now I'm going to be a designer?
I mean, like I said, I didn't know then what I know now. So I look back and I think, wow, that, you know, that took guts.
Yeah.
I just felt, you know, I was very focused, and I don't know, I worked hard, and I love women. You know, this season it's about women. It's not about the woman. People always say to me, who's the VB woman? It's not the woman, it's women. And I really showed that in the casting this season with using an older girl as well. I mean, who'd have thought 10 years ago Stella Tennant would be opening my show? I mean,
can you believe it?
That's crazy. I feel very proud right now of me and my team.
What are some of the biggest challenges, do you think, looking over the 10 years? And I know, you know, every business is up, it's down, it's in and out. What was the biggest challenge so far, do you think, that you feel?
I think creatively there's always going to be challenges. You know, there was 2 of us when I first started, and it was just dresses. Whereas now we've grown. It's not just dresses, it's tailoring, it's knitwear, it's a complete wardrobe, plus accessories as well. So I've learned a lot from my team, you know, and I've learned a lot about the business. I've had to, you know, I hadn't done this before, so I've surrounded myself with the right people, and the team has grown each season. I got a new CEO 2 weeks ago, which I'm very excited about. I've got an incredible chairman in Paris. I've got incredible investors. So I've learned a lot, and I've had to learn very quickly about building a business, you know, how to construct a collection as well. There are details like that. I didn't know at the beginning. It was 10 dresses, and I showed the dresses, and then I sold the dresses. Now it's so much more complicated. So I continue to learn, and each season there are challenges. We've actually just launched our new website, which is shipping to over 100 different countries as of 3 weeks ago. And digital is key for me, and I've learned an enormous amount from my digital team and how important that is, and how important the communication between me and my customer is. So I've learned, you know, whether it's digital, marketing, the creative, I'm learning quick. I'm like a sponge.
Victoria, as you say that digital's so important, e-commerce is important, you've got your bricks and mortar here. There's a lot of challenges on the high street. How do you feel those challenges come into the brand?
You know, I think that there's always going to be challenges, you know, and I think that for me, being able to communicate directly with my customer and she can just get what she wants and the shopping experience can be enjoyable and it can be fast and she can get what she wants quickly, that is key for me.
And what about shopping the show? Because they've seen the collection today and they can go straight on and pre-order.
Exactly, and again, that's something that's exciting, you know. I haven't been able to do that in the past, whereas that was something I was excited to be able to do this season. So she can literally see a look and she can purchase it immediately, which is great. You know, people, they want things and they want it quick.
You're passionate about it, Victoria, as we can see, the business side, the creativity. Any differences from New York to London that you found?
A lot of differences. I would say it's been more stressful, but maybe that's just because I'm coming home. It's a very different way of working, which is challenging, but I've learned a lot, and I'm proud. I'm so proud to be from England. You know, I'm so proud of what I have built. I've always said that my aesthetic is very British.
Were you nervous last night? I mean, pre-show, you know, you say you're just back in London, everyone's waiting for the return, celebrating a milestone. Last night, what were you feeling? What were you doing?
Well, I got in late, so if I'm not making a lot of sense, it's because we haven't slept a lot this week. You know, I think this whole week you're constantly questioning yourself about the collection. Is it a flat shoe? Is it a high shoe? Is it a bag? Is it a no bag? You know, what is the music like? You know, so it's just questions going round and round and round in my head. But you know, ultimately, by the time I suppose 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I had to just say there is no more that I can do. Get some sleep. Get up early the next morning. I've given as much as I can, I really have.
How important is it for you to have your family here? Because they've been at both shows.
It's really important to have the support of my family. I always love to see them, but also to have, you know, my parents, David's family as well, that have never actually seen the show. My sister was here with her children that don't know what I do. They know I go to the studio every day, but they don't know what I do. So to really include them in the celebrations as well. And we've got lots going on over the next few days, you know. I've got an event at the store, which I'm excited about, this afternoon, where people can, you know, have fun with me with my t-shirt. I have to say, I shot a campaign, I don't know if you saw it, with Jürgen Teller, of my legs coming out of a bag.
Yes, I did see that.
And so this week, while we've been in the studio, and it's getting later and later and later, it's been so great to go on Instagram and see all the hilarious pictures that people have tagged me in of themselves hanging out of bags. I see it all, by the way, and it's been hilarious. So thank you for that.
But Victoria, you take everything with a pinch of salt, with a sense of humour. Your Vogue video, you know, you made fun of yourself. Does it ever bother you, though, being under so much scrutiny?
You know, I've grown up with this, you know, ever since I started with the Spice Girls. And so I try to not think too much about that. You know, I'm doing the best I can creatively as a wife, as a mum, you know, I'm working hard. I'm quite hard on myself because each season I want my collection to be stronger and better than the last season.
What advice would you give other female entrepreneurs like yourself that are juggling families and the school runs and everything?
You know, it's not easy, and everybody says, you know, do you ever freak out? Do you ever? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We all do. You know, when you're a working mum, you feel torn, you feel guilty. But you know, I just do the best that I can do, and my kids and David will always come first. But it's no different for me to how it is for other working women. But you know, that's why we need to support each other first and foremost.
Do you feel that way, that we should support? Because there's a lot of judgment in the industry. Do you feel that there's not enough support?
I think that, you know, there can never be too much support, you know. I mean, I don't know. You know, when women don't support each other, then, you know, I have no time for that, you know. I think we're all juggling, we're all trying to do the best that we can do. Yeah.
And today obviously is a big day for you, Victoria, but do you have plans to expand? What's the vision for the brand? Because there's children's wear and men's wear and all sorts of things in the works.
You know, this is the start of a new chapter. I brought on investors. I've got a new CEO that started 2 weeks ago. There is so much that I want to do to really put my foot on the gas. You know, I'm building my team, spending a lot of time focusing on the digital side of things. There will be more retail. There will be more categories as well. You know, beauty is something that is key for me, whether that's makeup or fragrance or skincare. So it really is building the brand and taking it to the next level, which I'm going to be able to do now that I have the right people around me.
You've got the investors, as you say, from last year, the new CEO, you've brought the team in. It's the most notoriously difficult business, even though it's hugely contributes to our GDP in the UK as well. You know, there have been losses. What do you hope for the future?
You know, I think that, you know, I hope that I can build the business. I hope I can give my customer what she wants, and, you know, I don't want to tempt fate. Let's hope the best.
And just finally, when you meet your customer and you see them wearing your outfit, how do you feel?
I feel so excited, I really do. You know, the fact that she has chosen to invest in me as a luxury brand is a huge compliment. It makes no difference if that's a celebrity or if that is somebody that just happens to be popping in my shop and investing in me. So it's very exciting. I still get excited now. That hasn't been lost at all.
Next 10 years?
The next 10 years, more categories, and just to build the business at a steady pace, but to now be able to really do a lot of the things that I've dreamt of. I would say beauty will be at the top of my list of priorities, you know, so we'll see.
Victoria, thank you so much for talking to me today, and congratulations on the show.
Thank you so much.